Okay, guys, thank you so much for showing up tonight. Um, this is like the beginning of showing up in your business. And it's so easy. I know life happens and you have things going on, so you can't always pop on to everything. But when you continue to show up for team trainings and team um, power hours and things that we have going on, participating in actual launches of groups or sneak peeks, that's you running your own business and being a CEO. So those of you that were able to show up tonight, we're so glad you're here. And it shows a lot. Obviously, if you're watching the recording, you probably had something going on and we get that. But when you can show up, it means so much for the leaders that are putting this on for you, and for your own business and for the future coaches that you're going to train, you'll get that. We're excited to talk to you tonight about how to launch your business. And you have maybe heard this training before, but you're going to get so many different takeaways if this isn't your first time listening to the training, because there's so much awesome information we're going to give you tonight. And really kickstarting your business is pretty simple. I think that we overcomplicate things and we think we need to do all of this training in advance, and that's so not true. You just need to start. In this business, you just need to do. You're going to do things wrong. We started, Sindel, Christy, and I, who are going to be sharing tonight, all started doing tons of things wrong. It doesn't matter. You just need to start and jump in and learn as you go. And this is going to give you some guidance, because when we kind of got started, we didn't have this guidance. And so we're happy to share how we failed so that you don't have to do that as much as we did. So take these nuggets, use them, and ask questions. If you have questions, please ask them. There's no wrong or embarrassing question. I remember having crazy things, that I thought, oh, I can't ask that in front of anybody because that seems stupid. There's no stupid questions because everything's new to you. So we're going to kick things off. When you are just beginning or you're just kickstarting your business, what are the most important things? And the most important thing is your own personal journey. Most important thing, hands down. If you are not working on yourself, it is really hard to help other people. So you have to be focusing on yourself. And there are times in my business where I see that I'm not focusing on myself, and it's a direct reflection into my business, right? When I'm not committed to something, or my nutrition isn't as good, it's hard for me to have a good business or to help others the way that I should and want to be when I'm not taking care of myself first. So you need to get to know the product. So that's, diving into MMA 100 or the 2B mindset or the ultimate portion fix, whatever it is that you've kind of decided you're starting. And if you haven't decided, now's the time to take a look, a fitness program, whatever, and say, this is what I'm committing to, and know why you're committing to it, right? It's not just to build a business, it's to take care of you. So when you start using those products, when you start doing a program, when you start using Shakeology daily, when you start using the performance line or sticking to a nutrition program, you get to know the product. And ultimately, if you're using it, you fall in love with it because you know that it works. And that's probably why most of you are here, is because you've had that impact on you, right? It made you be more confident. It made you feel good about yourself. It made you have more energy, right? It's not just about the way you look and feel, which is great, or the way you look, which is, great when you see those results too, but how does it make you feel? You naturally are going to fall in love with the products. And when you fall in love with the products, it is really hard not to want to share this with other people. Like, I think to myself, I get excited when I'm taking care of myself and I'm in that journey and in it with my challengers. I get excited to share this with other people because I know how good it makes me feel. And I want other people to have that impact. So then you start, it naturally is progressive, right? You get to know the product, you fall in love with the product, And then you tell people about the product, right? About this lifestyle, about this crazy coach world that is an awesome community of women that get up in the morning and work out together on their virtual gym, right? There are so many amazing things that you get from this, and you naturally want to tell people about it. And that's how you help people change their lives, right? And coaching is the biggest way that people will change their lives, because it's like all in. Like, I'm doing this. I'm not going to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect, but I'm in. I'm going to show up the next day because I have people counting on me, and because my team is counting on me too, and they want me to show up and take care of myself. And then you help people, right? And then you tell the people that you're helping to help other people, right? And that's where like this crazy, it's not about sales, like at all. It is about this community of people that are changing their lives. And if just one person was saying, hey, join my challenge group, it wouldn't grow very big. It's when there's a lot of us working together to ultimately make a difference in this world, right? It truly is. And that's when you build your team. So you have to help yourself first. There's a ton of resources for success. And I am going to speed through these. Sometimes I go too long. I'm instead just going to quickly show you where it's at, tell you which things you should look at, and then move forward. So, Coach Online Office. If you got a welcome email, most likely you have seen around this area. Coach Online Office, you log in, and this is what it looks like. It looks a little bit different on your phone because it's like pushed in. But if you scroll down, you're going to see kind of your dashboard right here. You can see your Success Club points, which you're going to find out later are going to be important in your business. You're going to see, this is really important, your current status. Are you an active coach? A lot of people don't you have to, to be a coach, you have to be active. So you need to either have, it's usually 50 PV, ordering of something, right? How can you be sharing if you're not actually using what the product is, right? So you want to make sure this says active. You can see any future customer orders that have come in, any new customers, new recruits, all of these kinds of things right in this dashboard. So this is an area that you should check daily, even though it may not change a lot right away. But as your business grows, it is changing daily, and you want to know what's going on in your business. You're a CEO, so you should know this, and the more you spend time in it, the more it makes sense. If you haven't already, make sure that you go to your earnings area and change it so that you are getting your direct deposit. That's super important, so you're not getting checks in the mail. Earnings tab. Okay, then I'm going to speed over to our, it was in here, team page, Team Eat, Sweat, Pray. This is an awesome resource for you if you haven't already heard about our virtual gym in the mornings. So here's our team page. You can browse it. We have our calendar, the announcements. We post that every single month of things coming up. But here's kind of a really good area for you to go. Units. And you're going to learn a lot about units as you go. But this area, this is where you can find access to our virtual gym. So in the mornings, we have a gym where you can work out. You can do whatever program you want. Just make sure you're on mute. And we all work out together, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a Zoom video like this. And then the New Coach Academy is right here too. And this is go at your own pace. So this is where you're going to get like the nitty-gritty, detailed about this business that's important for you to know. We're not covering it in our mentorship because it's all right here, and you get to go at your own pace. We find that's better for people because some people like to speed through it, some people don't. So that's that New Coach Academy right here. And then there's resources as well right here that we need to probably tag a few other posts to go in there. But that's a good area. Another area to look at is this cover photo and the checklists. There's a new coach checklist, modify your Shakeology, read through here. So team page, Coach Online Office, Beachbody Champions page, make sure you're following them. Don't get overwhelmed with information. So if you're like, I've already got a lot of information, this is something I'm gonna follow but not follow. Just follow it now, and then when you get time and you're in your business, you can start learning from a lot of other coaches in the network. They have a ton of resources and live trainings within this page that are awesome. So I encourage you to follow that as well. And then Coach FAQ. So if you're in your online office, I'm just going to show you how to find it. You go to support. This is when you have questions. We encourage you to be a CEO. You have to find answers, right? You need to look before you ask. And that's where you're really going to learn. So this area is important, all of these, but this support. Go to support and then FAQ. You're going to find a lot of answers to your questions, especially new coach questions. There's still tons of things that you probably will ask us and we'll be like, I don't know the answer to that. Let's figure it out. Like, we don't know everything either. And this is usually where we go. But your main questions that you would have would be right here: return or exchange, update your credit card, genealogy change if you wanted to move a coach in your organization, customer coach change, and then you can browse by FAQ area. So just kind of know where this is at, because you're going to have a ton of questions as you get started. And then if you can't find something, then reach out to us, because we will know. But take a little bit of time to look first, and this is where you would look. The other really influential areas in probably mine, Cindel's, and Christy's business are YouTube and Google, right? Just Google it. Like, I need some Shakeology flavor recipes, right? Someone loves vanilla. What are some really good vanilla recipes? I don't use it. Google it, right? YouTube business training. You guys, coaches across the network have put in tons of trainings into YouTube. So top coaches, they don't like hide anything. There's no secret to this business. If you do the things that we share with you to do in your business, you'll be successful. It's just a matter of doing it. But it's really good to get the take of other coaches, or see how they're talking about things, or new ways to invite, things like that. Use YouTube. I follow a lot of people and get a lot of, when I first started, I didn't know what to host a team call about. I would watch a YouTube video and then I would just recreate that video and make it my own. Like, that's like, you're learning as you go. And now you don't even need to do that. You can just share the videos that you find, but YouTube is awesome. National Wake Up Call, we've already talked about that in our July mentorship group. So you all should know where that's at. If you don't, let us know. And then we have team masterminds and power hours every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And that's where we just kind of hop on and work. It's not always going to be guided work hours. It's just kind of like fun to work together. And we're hoping to add a few more in, kind of some evening ones as well. So be on the lookout for those. Okay, I think, what page are we on? This is still me. Okay, 4 vital behaviors. So Cindel is going to be covering more about this tomorrow as a live pop-up training, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it. So be sure to watch her live training tomorrow. But the 4 vital behaviors are the 4 things that are super important in your business. It's the 4 things that if you do these, your business will grow. And it's what you want to kind of build your business on. Number 1, be proof that the products work. Take care of yourself, right? Show up. Choose a program. Do it start to finish. Drink your Shakeology. Do the nutrition plan. And then people will see that it works and you're doing it and they trust you. And so then when you share, connect, and invite the next vital behavior, it makes sense, right? Because you're actually using those products and you're getting results, whether it's internal or external, whatever it may be, you're proof that it works. So when you're sharing, connecting, and inviting, a lot of people think the invite is just on social media, like doing a social media post, when ultimately it's like you have to have a personal invite and be active on social media. So the social media is kind of like, so people know what's going on, and then invite, the personal message, is where you actually are making someone feel special, right? Because you thought of them and you invited them. And a lot of people need that personal invite. They're not going to respond to a post. So sharing that journey that you're using with the products, and not just products, right? You don't need, it's not all about products. It's your lifestyle and who you are. But then when you invite, it all connects together. They're not like, what is she talking about? What is she doing? This makes no sense. So share, connect, and invite. And then personal development, you should be finding a book. And we have lots of recommendations for you. The Compound Effect is a really great one for new coaches by Darren Hardy. If you like, I like to learn about network marketing when I first started. So Rock Your Network Marketing Business was a good one. Sindel and Christy, if there's any others, I mean, there's so many that you feel like really impacted you when you first started, put those in the chat box just so people know. And I'll put mine in when I'm done talking, so that you can kind of write those authors down. And then the fourth piece is, and I should just say, personal development is the one thing that I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't need self-help. Yeah, I totally need it. You'll never find, and I think it was Ashley Molstead was the top coach this year, you will never find a coach that quits who is doing personal development, right? Never. I mean, it's very rare to find somebody who's spending time in personal development that quits as a coach. And then recognition, celebrating the achievements of your challengers, of your team, thank you notes, all of those kinds of things. Like being in that like thank you and celebratory mindset is so powerful. So when you're in that mindset and you're actively recognizing people and thanking them and being appreciative, it comes back to you and it impacts the way that you are as a person, the way you talk in your conversations, and it's just a lot of fun, right? So recognition. I think I hand it over to Cindy here.
I think so, and I have a little visitor.
Okay, you're good though. Don't worry about it.
Say hello, everybody. Hello. Okay, no, we're not going to say hi. All right, thank you, Kate. So first goals as new coaches, you guys. Basically, you are going to be helping people start just like your coach reached out and asked you, hey, do you want to do this? Your goal is you want to get 3 people, okay? There's some really cool things that Beachbody offers when you are constantly adding new people to your business, to your clientele, so to speak. By helping 3 people though, you would hit what's called Success Club 6. If you sold them a challenge pack, this would be something like your program and your Shakeology. I'm sure all of us probably understand what a challenge pack is at this point. But anything that totals more than 90 personal volume, which is essentially $90, so to speak. But if it hits 90, sorry, we got a cough here too. If we hit 90 PV, you get Success Club points, where you're going to get 2 Success Club points. And if you hit Success Club 5, so a minimum of 5 Success Club points, your first 3 months in the business, you get a free trip, or free ticket, not trip, free ticket to Summit. Summit is what all of us are going on next week. It is the big convention that happens. Seriously, get excited to watch our Instagram stories and everything else, because it's going to be amazing, you guys. And you're probably going to be sad if you're not going. So be excited that you're probably going to get to go next year. And we want you to work hard to get that free ticket, you guys, because this is like a $300 value. Like, it is crazy how much value you can get by just helping 3 people a month. So your first goal is to hit Success Club. Sorry, I'm staring at you guys instead of looking at the slide. Did I cover everything on this one? Okay, as far as basically you're doing that inviting. Remember how Kate said that was one of our vital behaviors, is the invitation process, right? And it's kind of nerve-wracking, right, to send out those invites initially, because you're like, I don't know who to invite. If you just sit down and think about how excited you are about these products, about this program, about whatever change you're making, think of the first people that come to mind for you. And they're probably your friends. They're probably your family. Whoever it is, those should be the people you're reaching out to first. That's your warm market. Those are the people that you know already trust you, already believe in what you're doing, already are like, some of them might be your like ride or dies. They're like, oh, I'll do whatever you're doing. Okay, let's do this. You just have to get past the fear of what if they say no, and just ask them, hey, do you want to do this with me? And if you come at it with enthusiasm and excitement, they're probably going to say yes. But start with your warm market, and eventually, you guys, you will grow your business to the point that you're going to have cold market. We have people fighting now, so I think you can go ahead and switch that one for me, Kate. Are you guys hitting each other? So this would be interesting, right? Hey, everybody feels so bad for you. Not really. I'm guessing she started it because that's how it usually goes at our house. Okay, step 1, commit to a challenge group start date. So we obviously want you to be getting people results and committing to something that is going to move your business forward. And challenge groups do that, you guys. Challenge groups are an awesome way for you to be like, hey, I have this specific thing that I'm inviting to. This is my start date, okay? Because when you have a start date, it gives you a little bit of pressure where you're like, okay, I have to actually commit and I'm going to do this. And it also gives whoever you reach out to a little bit of like a timeline, like, okay, that's the cutoff date, instead of keep putting things off. You can say, hey, I'm starting this day. Do you want to join me? This is going to be a lot of fun. So you can either host your own group, or you can run one with your coach. You can reach out to somebody on the team. We usually like to encourage you guys to do, well, I shouldn't say usually, we really like to encourage you guys to form success partners. And basically a success partner is somebody who is like kind of at the same pace as you. So if you're a new coach, it's fun to buddy up with somebody else that's a new coach. A lot of times you guys can bounce ideas off of one another. And it builds a lot of enthusiasm about this business, because when you're working like with your upline coach, for example, they're going to give you lots of expertise and experience and different things like that. But sometimes you grow a lot when you're working with somebody that's at your same level, and you can just build each other so much faster when you decide to jump in with that. So choose what you're going to do. You're going to choose your start date, and you're going to choose, how am I going to run this? Am I running my own group? Am I buddying up with my coach? Am I buddying up with another person? Please reach out in our group. You guys, the Boss Babe group that we got going on right now, feel free to put a post out and say, hey, I'm planning on running a group at this date. What am I doing? Does anybody want to join me? Feel free to run with that. And you can see here, Kate gave a great example of, this is just a simple invite, you guys. This is a social media post. And I really have to just reiterate what Kate said, because a lot of times this is what people see publicly. And this is probably what you saw before you jumped on as a coach. Like, you saw this stuff. And more than likely your coach actually sent you a personal invite, I'm guessing, is how most of you actually got into this. But a lot of times people just see this. You can put these, you guys, don't be surprised if you don't get a lot of like feed on it, or a lot of people actually biting off of one post like this. You really do have to make sure you're sending out those personal invites to people. But this is the perfect place where you can showcase, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to jump in with me? And kind of have your coming out post, so to speak. So you can kind of just start getting your toes in the water and moving forward. I probably just talked all about invites, didn't I? I should have double checked my slides. All right. So as far as those first invites go, like I said already, you really just need to move past the fear of inviting. Your goal should really be connecting with 3 people a day. If you can hit 20 a week, you guys, like, that was really ideal. Don't feel like you have to be reaching out to tons and tons of people, you guys. There's a reason that these numbers might seem small. You might go, all I have to do is actually like invite 3 people a day or connect with 3 people a day. Like, that doesn't sound like much, but you guys, over a month, you're going to be connecting with probably like 60, 80 people, you know, like that's a significant amount of people over a period of time. And one thing that we chatted on, just a little, like, we on Tuesdays we do like our power hours or whatever, and we usually have like some type of mini training or a little pep talk or something like that. And one of the things that I talked about last week with the gals that were on was basically, I would much rather you do a really good job with a small amount of invites and be genuine and consistent, versus sending out this massive amount of things and then feeling really overwhelming and quit. Okay, we don't want you to do that. We want you to really start being consistent and building the habit of just connecting with 3 people every day. Goal, if we hit 20 a week, that is amazing. That would be perfect. Reach out to those that are close to you right away. Like I said, family and friends, that warm market, that's where you're going to be kind of your sweet spot initially. And be excited, like, truly, like, think about how these programs make you feel and just share that. It's kind of like if you're excited about, I went and saw Toy Story with my kids for the 2nd time and I'm excited about it. And everybody that's like, oh, you went and saw that? I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to go see it. Like, that's the type of enthusiasm you want to share. Like, don't think of this as I'm being a salesperson. Think of it as I am sharing something I love and I know it can benefit you. If you go into it that way, like, people are just so much more likely to respond. And I promise you, they're not going to feel like you're being salesy if you're being excited about it and you're just like, oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad it's working really well for her. I'm so glad she's sharing it with other people. That's what they're going to think. They're not going to think, oh, she's crazy. That's not where it goes. What happens when you aren't enthusiastic and you throw them a sales pitch that you're like, this sounds good. That's when they're going, nah, that sounds a little bit salesy. Okay. So just share genuinely how you would have a normal conversation with your best friend. Don't share like some salesy pitch. Okay. Really find their need before you decide to fix it. Don't just assume you know what exactly it is they need. When somebody says, hey, tell me more, or if you're saying, hey, I want to invite you to this challenge group that I have coming up. I'm really excited about it. The accountability is awesome. Would you like more information? And they say, yeah, tell me more. Don't start word vomiting on them. Don't feel like you need to tell them every single detail about a boot camp. All you really need to do is start engaging with the conversation and say, okay, awesome. I'm so excited. Do you have any health and fitness goals? Get into a conversation with them where you're actually finding out what they actually need. Because if it's somebody that maybe they're like, my nutrition is on point, but I totally lack in fitness, or maybe they are a total fitness buff. Hi, Vinny. Maybe they're a total fitness buff and maybe they just need something with nutrition or some guidance, or maybe they just need accountability, whatever it is. The best thing about finding that need, you guys, is it's something that you can later on bring back up to them. So if you get a rejection of some sort, or somebody says no, or says no, not right now, or whatever, and always remember those no's, you guys, that's not like, it's an objection, but it's not like the end of the world. Okay. It's just, they're not ready right now, and that's okay. When you hit that objection though, which you're going to happen because most of us do, like 90% of the time, we're going to hear, no, we're not right now. When you hit that and you already know what their need is, when you've talked to a mom who says, I have no time and I'm working through depression and I'm doing this and this. And I mean, I'm just using myself as an example because that's where I was when Kate reached out to me. If you know that, you can say, hey, I know it's really, really hard for you, but I promise you, if you can take care of yourself, you're going to be able to pour into your kids more. You're going to be able to have more energy. And you can just kind of give that back to them and just leave it, seriously, no pressure. I know if you know how to reach me, if need be. And you guys, they might just come back and say, hey, I want to do that. Okay, so figure out what before you just decide to fix it or just like word vomit all this information on them, okay? Don't be afraid of the cost. This is a really big one because I think everybody is like, so terrified of like how much like that somebody wants to buy something from them. You guys, you don't question when you go into Target and all of a sudden you're in the dollar section, you bought 15 things and you're like, they're $3 to $3, whatever. You don't question that price. You don't question the t-shirt that you just picked up. Nobody questions those things. So if you come into this confident about these are priced appropriately, which they are, I mean, hello, Beachbody On Demand, that is like a savings beyond savings. I mean, Kate, can we talk about how expensive it is to have a gym membership in New York? Like, it's crazy in some areas. And that's, I mean, I'm in North Dakota, so it's a lot cheaper here. But Beachbody On Demand is significantly cheaper than any gym membership that I've been around. So don't shy away from the cost. These are premium products, with a premium price, and just be really upfront about it because some of them are going to ask you directly, how much does this cost? And you can either go with my favorite statement of, well, these are premium products that come with a premium price. That being said, this is what you're getting. 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 And when you lead with all of these things that they're getting, let's go with the challenge pack, for example, you're getting Beachbody On Demand. You're getting that for 12 months. That is every single program that Beachbody has ever created. In addition, you're going to get all the new programs that are going to be coming out this year. Typically, they showcase about 4 programs every single year. They come out with new nutritional programs, fitness programs. This company is absolutely amazing at putting out new content, so you're never going to get bored. Shakeology, it has your digestive enzymes in it, it has your probiotics in it, it has your vitamins, your nutrients. This can replace your multivitamin. Not only can it replace a multivitamin, if you're doing something with probiotics, I mean, it replaces all this stuff. You can lead with information like that. You don't have to say it the way I do because that's just how I talk. Okay? So you don't feel like you have to be an expert. But those are the things I tell people is this is what you're getting and this is the price. For $160, you're getting 30 meals of super dense nutrients. 30 meals, that's crazy. And you get a full access to a gym that you can take anywhere you want for 12 months. That's an insane deal. It really, truly is. So lead with that, you guys. I mean, did you one time question me on the cost of this right now? Like, no, because I'm confident on the price and I know it's priced appropriately. So don't be afraid of that. Send them, don't send them your link right away. Really get to know them and build that conversation. Don't get so excited that they're like, yeah, I really want to do this. And then go, okay, here you go, and send it. Don't do that, okay? Slow it down just a little bit. Talk to them about what they actually want. And the person that says, that's awesome, send me the link, you'll probably know that they're ready. Most of the people aren't at that point. Most of them, when you just send them the link, they look at it and then they ghost you. And if that happens to you, you have to know it happens to everybody. It happens to me all the time. Christy and I were just talking and she's like, I have 10 links out there and nobody's doing a dang thing with them. So if you send somebody a link, even after having this conversation and they totally ghost you, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It happens to everybody. Don't feel like you did something wrong. You didn't. Follow up with them. There's a reason this says follow up forever, you guys. Like, legit, the magic is in the follow up. A lot of times people are busy. You might send them a link of, hey, yeah, they committed to this challenge. They're excited about it. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to look at it. And then something like this just happens, you know, brother and sister are fighting and they forget, and then they have to go warm up their coffee or whatever it is. And I'm using a lot of mom references because, you know, I have 4 kids. You guys, like, people get busy and distracted. So follow up with them because you just never know. Actually, today I found it really funny. I noticed in my email, Beachbody sent me a follow-up. I think my account or my cart, I was checking out with a few things today. It probably was inactive for maybe 10 minutes because I just stepped away from my computer, and they sent me a reminder. They're like, just saying, if you got busy, no big deal. We got you covered. And I was like, that is so nice that they do that because I had forgotten about it. I was like, oh yeah, I needed to do that. So I appreciated it. You guys, though, that's how you have to look at this. It's a nice reminder that you're not bothering them. Okay. Forget that you're bothering them at all. You are sending them a kind reminder, and the majority of people are going to go, oh crap, I totally forgot. I mean, how many times do you forget to respond to a text message? All the time over here. So, okay. All right, step 2. Step 2 as a coach, you want to get to Emerald ASAP, you guys, like today. Okay, if you can. Maybe not today. We're going to go through a training on getting to Emerald, but you want to rank advance. And yes, there is a lot of things about this company and about multi-level marketing that rank advancing doesn't mean that it's the only way that you're going to produce income or anything along those lines. But when you rank advance, you're going to build that income faster. Okay, it's going to come faster. And building this business fast is fun. When you go slow, you guys, which Kate, Christy, and I have all can attest to it, building slow is not fun, okay? You want to build fast and build as fast as you can. Getting to Emerald is really not that hard. I'm not gonna go through a ton of details because we will do that training, but really it's just 2 coaches under you, which kind of sounds scary, but for the most part, you guys, really, truly, you can get to it within a 24-hour period. I think we call ours 48 hours, Emerald in 48 hours. So we're like, there's your timer. It is purple. You're right. Beautiful. But it's really not that hard. Active Ruby would be somebody that has 2 coaches underneath them or 2 emeralds underneath them and then additional coaches. Diamond is that's kind of like the big one that we honestly would rather you focus on even more than, you know, we want you to get to Emerald. We want you hitting these. Honestly, 2-star diamond is really truly where it's at. You get a lot of other bonuses and stuff like that that we'll cover, but getting to diamond is where you have 2 emeralds one on each leg because we have 2 legs, but 4 coaches minimum on each side. So 4 active coaches, but 1 on each side needs to be an emerald. What else is on the slide? Sorry. As far as being active, you can see here like the little blue dots that have like the Beachbody emblem. That means it's active. That means somebody has 50 PV on order. This is what basically essentially keeps you active as a coach is you have an order of Shakeology or you have an order of the performance line. Anything that totals 50 PV, you are considered active. For emeralds, you need to have at least 50 PV. As a ruby, you need to have 75. And as an active diamond, you need to be having 100 PV. And then there's also additional stuff as far as like your customer orders because that in addition to your personal volume. I think I covered that one. Anything else I should have added on that, you guys? Am I still going or is Christy? Sorry. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Am I good? Okay. All right. Step 3, share your journey on social media, you guys. This goes right back to what Kate was talking about. We share a journey, you guys. That's all we are doing. We're not just like, hey, we're doing this and that's it. Like we are just sharing what we're doing Plain and simple. It's nothing fancy. Don't feel like you have to have the fanciest camera, the perfect lighting, the perfect picture. Don't feel like you have to have any of this. There's things that we're going to teach you to make things look pretty. So don't panic if you're like, I don't know how to do any of this. We can help you make it look pretty. Totally can. It is doable. And if you really are like, I don't know where to start, I'm not sure how my social media is going to look, and are worried about that, I want you to scroll back through my Instagram and Kate's Instagram and Christy's Instagram, and you will see when we finally upped our game on social media, okay? And we're gonna teach you how we did that. But don't panic about this. This truly is just sharing your journey. And it's not just sharing Beachbody, okay? I kind of panic a little bit when I see coaches, whether they're on our team or any team, when I know it's a coach, and all they're sharing is Beachbody. Their workout, their shake. Their workout, their shake. Their workout, their shake. And I'm like, I get bored of it. Trust me, everybody else is going to get bored of it too. This is a total lifestyle. So you need to have a life outside of just this. So find 5 things that you absolutely love. So if your thing is faith, fitness, family, I don't know, I do letter boards on mine. So if you look through mine, you'll see letter boards and it's like funny mom quotes. I'm trying to think, what else do I have on there? I don't even know, but find 5 things that you really like. Maybe you are into sports. Maybe you're a runner. Maybe.
Becky's crying.
Awesome.
Not awesome.
I was being sarcastic. Are you okay? What happened? Oh, you hit it. Okay, we're on a call. Do you want to say hi to them? Are you okay? Okay. He's like not wanting to come on here. But find 5 things that really fuel you and make you excited. Maybe you're a total foodie, you guys, and you're like, I love donuts and cakes and you bake stuff like that type of stuff. Share that stuff. Don't make this into like you have to have this perfect world. That's not what we want you sharing on social media. Now, there's definitely a difference between Instagram and Facebook, and we'll get to that when we kind of talk about a little bit more on social media. But just know you're sharing your full life, not just this. Just because you signed up as a Beachbody coach does not mean this is all your life is, okay? I think this is Christy, right?
It can be. I can take over. You're amazing, Sindel. They're both amazing, and then I have to follow them. So Sindel was just talking about social media, and this slide ties into it in terms of consistency and patience. And Kate shared on this slide 2 examples of her new challenge, her PIO challenge. What a fancy photo you have there, Kate. I bet you worked really hard on WordSwag to make that. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that when she started, like she said, we didn't have a lot of guidance. But one thing we stopped doing very early on was sharing images of like the celebrity trainers or something like specifically about the program. And we moved into what that second image is, which is our results from the program. And I think that it's really important to understand that even if you're not making physical progress or the progress you want to see, or you don't have a major change overnight or even in a program because you're a human being, right, and not a robot, that people are still going to respond to you showing up consistently and being patient and just continuing to share the journey. Where people get put off by coaches, especially sharing on social media, is the ones who only share when things are going well. When they're 100% and they're committed for like a week, right? And then all of a sudden there go their meals. They're not sharing that anymore. They're not sharing their fitness journey anymore. They stopped sharing their workouts because they fell into a funk. And we have had to really grow, and this is another part where personal development comes in, really grow as human beings to be able to say, I'm in a funk. I gained 10 pounds and kind of sucks. And now I need to figure out where to go from here. I need some accountability. Here's my before and after. They look the exact same. But I need some accountability because I really want to make this change. Who's going to jump in with me? So be consistent and be patient. You're not going to start off the bat with like 1 million likes unless you have a crazy transformation to share your very first time. And you'll learn and grow. And when you become Emerald, I don't know, Sindel, if you shared this or not, but when you become Emerald, you get access to an incredible social media guide that Sindel put together that's going to completely change everything. So it's worth going emerald for. But just be consistent, continue to post in the good times and the bad times. I think I'll be sharing later on in the month about, kind of what to share and being authentic. And so you guys will learn about that later in the month too. So this is my favorite slide because your fitness journey and your business journey are so similar. And Beachbody, it's like my favorite thing about it, right? You don't pay any money to be a coach in Beachbody aside from what you're paying to take care of yourself. There's no other company like that, right? Like you're literally paying for Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology or Energize or something to better your life. And that's what you have to pay to be in the business, right? And so your fitness and business journey are very similar. They only work if you're going to work. Neither of them happen overnight. You're going to have to track in order to see results. And yeah, if you just show up like 5 days and then on the weekend you like take a break and you don't make it back to your fitness journey or your business until like the next Thursday, like nothing's going to happen, right? You have to track to see results. You need to be taking photos of your transformations. You need to be writing down your inches, and you need to be looking at your weights and different things depending on the program that you're doing, right? You have to do the same thing in your business. You need to be tracking how many people you're talking to and who they are so that you make sure to go back and talk to them again, that you don't lose them. I have lost so many challengers, like early on in the business where I would go a month after they had said they were interested, and I never came back because I wasn't tracking and I forgot. Because like Sindel said, I get a message and then I forget about it. So tracking is key. Success is twofold in your fitness journey. You need fitness and you need nutrition. You can't have one without the other and see results. And success is twofold. You have all this public stuff. You guys, I'm sure if you're joining us, especially now, have spent some time watching us in our social media journeys. And that's our very public, what we share. But there's also this private work that happens, right? There's the work that after we all shut down our computers tonight, that we continue to do. And there's that work that we get up in the morning and do. And the work that we do in between, for me, in between clients or in between work, in between nap times for the other girls. Like there's all those things we don't share. You have to be doing both. Because if you're only sharing your story and you're only sharing your workouts and you're only sharing the fun, like public stuff, but you're not doing anything in private, it's not going to work. With both fitness and your business, as soon as you stop, results get further away. I'm a huge, I'll talk about this later on, probably in the month too, but I had some big goals in my business and I hit them relatively early on. And then I went on the defense and I stopped working towards like the next thing. And it really slowed everything down. I actually got further and further away from that goal. And you start to lose confidence and you start to lose your belief in yourself. So don't stop. Just keep pushing forward and get consistent in it. It's like we're doing habit trackers in my challenge group right now. It's the same thing. Create a habit of doing this. Get up in the morning, knock out your invites, knock out those mental behaviors, and move forward. With both fitness and business, comparison is a thief of joy. I would have been out of this so long ago if I really, truly believed that I had to compare myself to Kate or to Sindel or to any other coach in this business, because I'm not like them and they're not like each other, and that's okay. And it's actually fantastic. So this is about you. And I'm really excited for the new fitness program, Morning Meltdown 100, because already today she was talking about that, right? She's talking about like, this is your workout time. So don't worry about what everyone on the screen's doing, and don't worry about, what your virtual boot camp people are doing. Focus on you and what you can do right now in this 30 minutes, right? It's the same thing in the business. People are going to move faster than you. Some people will move right up over you, and you just have to focus forward on you, put those blinders on, and just go with it, because it'll steal all the joy out of you if you start to compare yourself to other people. And don't overcomplicate either of these things. They're not like, it's not crazy, right? You work out, you eat your veggies, you don't eat only donuts. Some people have days like that, right? I might have a chip too, because you need to have like some salt in there. But right, don't overcomplicate it. It's not that difficult. They say in this business, it's super easy to do, and it's even easier not to do. So don't get crazy and like tonight you're like, that's so much information. No, it's not. Go and invite 3 people. go do your workout, eat your vegetables, drink your water. It's not that hard. All right. And again, if you're working, it'll work. Go ahead, Kate. Ooh, what would I do with an extra $800? I would get a massage and a blowout before our team photos next week. Might buy one for Kate and Sindel too if I had $800. Anyways, but we're going to talk about this because I think it's a really fun part because my family, personally, we have student loan debt and a mortgage and all of those things that we want to pay off. And so when you start looking at, what you're making in your regular job, what you would do with an extra $800 is pretty awesome. Maybe you just need to buy some diapers or some baby food. Maybe you need help filling up with gas. Like maybe you're severely in debt and you need to get the creditors off your back. Or maybe you just want to go shopping and have fun or, pull a Sindel and buy like a brand new living room. You got to do, I'm just kidding. She worked really hard on that living room. Lots of dirty work going into that one. But anyways, whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But here's how you're going to do it. So in your first 3 months as a coach or in the next 3 months of your business, right? Because some of you might have been doing this for a while and you haven't done this yet. In that first month, if you help 3 people, which is the goal that we're setting for you, you get $50 in retail commission, assuming that you've sold a challenge pack. And that times the 3 people is $150. Now you're going to be a bomb coach because you're on a bomb team and you're going to super help and inspire all of your people. And the next month, those 3 customers are going to stay on their Shakeology and or their performance line. And you're going to get, so those 3 from the month before are going to earn you $96, right? And then you're going to engage 3 more people the next month, and you're going to have that $150. So now you've got $246 in your second month. Super awesome. Target anyone? Anyways, and then in month 3, you're going to have those 6 people you helped in the last 2 months. They're so in love with you. You're inspiring them. They've lost 6 pounds or totally gotten confident. And their husband's like, oh my God. And they're super excited. So they're joining you and you've got $192 in just your HD, commissions, those subscriptions. And then you get 3 more. It's 150. So you've got 396. You add up those 3 months, that's $800 in 3 months. That's not a bad deal, right? And that's the low end of you helping, but it is going to take you showing up and inviting 3 people every day and showing up for your challengers and really, like Kate said and Sindel said, working on being the best version of yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. And this isn't, I don't wish that it was like a party business, but it's not a party business. It's a people business. And we have to work really, really hard and share our hearts and our lives, but we get a lot back. Is that my last slide? Do I have another? What's next? Okay, so Kate showed you where the new Coach Academy is. If anyone doesn't remember, it's on the Team Eat Sweat Pray page under the units, right? And you're going to be able to go and check out all the, hi Liam. Awesome batting today. Anyways, you get to go through the new Coach Academy at your own pace. And you get to show up in our group daily. So you're in the July Boss Babes mentorship, and you get to show up in that. And we want you to share, if you're proud of yourself because you sent 3 invites, please tell us about it. We want to know. We want to see it because we're cheering our faces off for you behind your back, and you don't even know it. So if you could share that kind of stuff and those little wins with us, we would love that. So show up in that group daily. If you don't know what to post anything, a question, a win, a fear, anything that you want to share in that group, we want you to show up there. Commit to your program, whatever it is you're doing. MM100 there's a huge momentum right now, and it's a great opportunity to just kind of keep adding people in and getting them on this habit of taking care of themselves. Drink your Shakeology and or your performance line or whatever, use the products, and do your 10 minutes of personal development or more every day. I know that I'm going to add this in, and it's a little bit more personal, but Kate and I know Sindel too, but we like to start our week really kind of bringing God back into our business. And I don't know where you guys are at, but it's Team Eat Sweat Pray. And the big dude is at the helm, and we're just kind of trying to steer the ship where he wants us to go, right? But so much of that is just starting that week off, or starting your days off, just asking to be shown who needs you, right? To connect with the right people and to show up for those people. So that's just a little thing on the personal side of something that you can add into your daily routine. Or right now, as you're starting this journey, ask that you be guided. Begin sharing your journey and inviting people to join you. So don't wait until you feel ready or you're like done with this July month. Like right now is a huge time, and we will like answer your messages and we will be there to help you every step along the way. So start now, don't wait. There's not going to be a new program launch probably at least for a couple of months. So this is a really great time to start helping new people. And don't get overwhelmed. I just talked about that. This is like fun and it's pretty easy unless we make it hard. So it's one step at a time, one conversation at a time. Again, there isn't that much that you need to know. And Kate can attest to, like, I asked questions, like she had to walk me through like really basic stuff. Like, how do I hit send on a message? Like, I just was like so clueless, and it's going to be okay. Look where I'm at. Started from the bottom, now I'm here, so you're going to be okay, and just don't freak out. And just start having those conversations. Think of some people that you love and whose lives you want to help change, or who you just want to have fun with, and get them on board. And you've got an awesome team of coaches and new coaches and veteran coaches who are here to help support you in that. So that's it.
Any questions?
Kate, one of the things that you said at the beginning of the call was on your My Coach page, and you were talking about being active or inactive. How does that change to active?
So when you recently just signed up, right?
I did, yes.
As you're saying inactive right now?
Yes.
So there is a form when you did that challenge pack reimbursement.
Yep.
You've had Shakeology. You're getting Shakeology. Yeah, so that's what I thought. That says, have you had an order in the past 30 days?
Yeah.
And I bet you checked yes, right? To that, so it should show up as active. So
It'll fix on Thursday though, because it won't redo it until Thursday after the business week is Wednesday to Wednesday, because I've had lots of questions with that, and that's what they've always told me is it switches should go active unless you have a brand new order. That's just what they told me. So I would wait till Thursday morning, and then if not, do what Kate's telling you and maybe refill out that form.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Up on Friday, right?
Yep, it was somewhere around there, and I've submitted and received the reimbursement, and I have people that have signed up under me, so I just want to make sure that that's not going to impact it by being inactive on there.
No, I bet it's just probably what Cindy's saying is that it's waiting for that to go through the week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But Sierra, you can always do that online chat and just double check if you're worried about it, because you do want to be active, obviously, as soon as possible. And more than likely, they're going to tell you, oh, everything looks like it's fine. It'll switch Thursday. But if you're worried about hey, I want to make sure this is going through or whatever, just do an online chat with them, explain what's going on, and they're usually super helpful.
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions? I think Erin popped off, and she was our other newbie.
Sierra, thank you so much for popping on here. It was so fun to see you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate the training and just the knowledge and information.
And I gotta give her a shout out, you guys, because she is already posting on social media. She's posted about her next boot camp, and just keep doing that, right? And you've had a lot of interest from that post.
Yeah.
Awesome. So awesome. So you're doing amazing. Just keep showing up, girl. You're going to change a lot of people's lives. Okay. Well, I'm going to hit stop recording.